Hello and welcome to Charles Schwab Field in Omaha, Nebraska. MLB The Show brings you Game 1 of the College World Series. It's the Wake Forest. First and second, no outs. Joe Brandom, the next to hit. Tapped softly on the ground. The flip. Save!
Hey! Save! He needs to throw!
Batting seven, the third baseman.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Colbert will hit next. Drummond to second. They get the out, but the run scores on the twin killing.
It's always great when you can add a run, but in this situation with the bases loaded, double play is kind of a rally killer.
Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Out at second. That ends the inning. One out man at first. Next to hit, Joe Brandom. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Fought off foul. Here's the 0-2. To the right side. Donnelly over to second. Double play. What a twin killing, Dan. Now it's going to be Alan Quezada. Bunting for a hit. Over to first. Got him as he tried to bunt his way aboard. One down. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Joe Brandom. Got it started a little too early. Strike one.
Well, sometimes as left-handed hitter, you know you're going to see at least 1 or 2 breaking balls in the at-bat, so why not go up there ready to hit that first one? Just couldn't barrel that one up.
All tied up here at the bottom of the 7th.
Hey, get one. Ball.
Now one missed. Hammered, base hit. And a go-ahead run is on base.
Wow. So important to get into the fielding position after you deliver that baseball. That is a scary one. Watch your lips.
Now here is Rick Colbert. 1-2. Runner on the move. In the dirt. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. On the ground, right side. He takes it on his own. That was a productive play as the go-ahead run moves up to third. Alan Arnez digs in now. The 0-2. Got him looking. Huge strikeout there. So 2 down. Stepping in, Joe Brandom.
Last time, he barreled a liner to straightaway center. Really tidy swing.
And fouled off.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
The 0-1. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. Throw comes in quickly, but the winning run is now in scoring position. 2 away. First and second, 2 outs. Rick Colbert getting ready to hit. On the ground, Donnelly. He'll do it himself. That's the third out, and we're headed to runners at the corners here, one away. Donnelly, the next to hit. There goes the runner. That's in for a strike.
Head on the
Throw to
tag.
second. Out. So a runner at third, 2 men out. Donnelly now at the plate. Pitch misses inside, and that's ball one. Fouled off down the right side. The Bruins try to keep this a 2-2 game and here in extra innings. Called out on strikes. Go ahead run on base. Leilani Moses digs in now. And that drops in for a strike. Comes up empty.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
This one in the air center field. And that's the third out. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Headed for the plate. He scores, and they have the lead. It's an RBI single, 1-0. So up next, Rick Colbert. First offering, runner goes. Ground ball up the middle. On to first. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion. Alan Arnez, the next to hit. Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. Now this one gets away from the catcher. And on the wild pitch, he goes down to third. One away with a runner at third. Here at the top of the second. And a ground ball to first. Slides for the stop. Run scores, but a terrific play to get the out.
Well, he still gets the RBI, but that was a really nice play. Great athleticism. You get it out, and you take away the base hit.
This one pops straight up near the plate. And that's the inning. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Joe Brandon now at the plate.
Hey, he drove one in last time, and another RBI chance right here.
On the ground, Branch. The throw to first, one pitch and one out.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. It's early, but you still want to move the runner up and give your team a chance to score. That's exactly what happened, so you better believe your teammates are happy with you after that at bat.
Ripped on the ground to second. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. Bottom of the sixth inning, digging in, Alvin Fontenot. Now the 0-1. Bunting for a hit. And that's a bunt single. That was placed perfectly. Now the catcher up to hit, Joe Brandon. Inside, almost got him.
Oh, the adrenaline's pumping right there. Pretty good fastball. Unfortunately, it got away from him. He's going to have to corral things a little bit.
And foul ball.
Well, these players doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. The numbers.
He's trying for third. Pitch misses. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
I think he surprised everyone in the ballpark, and especially the pitcher. It wasn't a great lead there, but when he took off, I think he caught him off guard. Nice job to get to third.
Now one missed.
By not chasing out of the zone, they're getting good pitches to hit. When you can do that, you have a much better chance to square up the baseball and do damage like they have so far.
This one in the air center field. Brings it in, and that should get the job done as he tags from third. He scores on the sac fly. It's 7-3. First and second, one out. Spence getting ready to hit. Trying to move the runners over. Grabs it barehanded to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. 1 out. Runner at second. Random will hit next. And that is out of play. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. This one smashed down the right field line. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should score the run. In comes the run from second. The throw to second is offline.
Got the job done to put him up by 2. Nice line drive to the pull side. Met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Here's the third baseman, Rick Colbert. Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. In the dirt. Throw to third. Save.
That was some good aggressive base running there, and kind of a miss by the defense. When you know you don't have a great arm behind the plate, you cannot let a runner get a lead like that. Step off, call time, do something.
Out to short. Not in time. He's safe. It's 9-6. So 2 down, and now Jerry Ashley. The 0-1. Into center. And that'll fall for a base hit. Around first, digging for 2. And that'll do it. They get the victory, and they're headed straight to the semifinals. Random. That is sensational. 1 down. And here's the catcher, Jarrett Urban. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Random takes it in for the out. 2 away now. Bottom half of inning number 2. Here's the catcher, Joe Random.
You got it. 2.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The relay throw. Not in time. That's a leadoff double. John Perkins, the next to hit. And a 1-2. Popped up. Random under it. Brings it in. And there are 2 outs. Joe Random digs in now. On the ground to second. Might be 2. There's 1.
He's out.
Double play.
He's out.
What a twin killing to end the inning. Now it's the DH, John Perkins. He's 0 for 1. Runner on the move. Pitch misses. Throw to second. Out. And that'll end it. 1 out. Runner at second. Fernandez will hit next. Man at second. And a sac bunt here. Throws to first in time. Joe Random getting ready to hit. 1 for 2.
Well, the game plan for this offense has been pretty clear. They're being aggressive at the plate, but still finding ways to pick their spots without falling into the habit of being over-aggressive. 5 hits for them on the first pitch alone, so they're swinging and connecting right out of the gates.
The 1-1.
And of course, sometimes you need to be patient as an offense and let the pitcher come to you, but you can't argue with the game plan they're using in this one.
Hit hard, base hit.
Find the ball.
Headed for the plate. Relay throw home. The tag out.
On the tag.
1 out, runner at second. And the batter now, Rick Colbert. He's trying for third. Down low, and kicks away. And on the wild pitch, he goes down to third. On the ground, right side. There for the out. Runner scores from third. So up next, Jarrett Urban. Tying run at the plate. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close. Here's the catcher, Joe Random. That's a base hit. Runner from third in to score. It's an RBI single. They lead it in the 8th. No outs. Runner at first. Rick Colbert, the next to hit. Runner on the go. This one in the air, center field. Quezada gets under it. And there's one away. Now the left fielder, Alan Arnez. Step off, throw to first, and they got him.
Wow, that can be so tough. Left-hander with that leg, picks it up and can dangle it in the air a little bit, and you're not quite sure. Really good move over, and you can't blame the pitcher.
There goes the runner. Pitch outside. Throw to second, he's safe. And the tying run is now in scoring position. Here's the catcher, Joe Brandon. Swing and a ground ball. Can't glove it cleanly. The winning run crosses the plate. He puts the ball in play for a walk-off error to it. Greetings from Charles Schwab. Bretland Risser, the next to hit. There goes the runner. Pitch is high. Throw there. Safe. Joe Brandon now at the plate. Liner caught it second. And that is a big first out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Random at the plate for the Bruins, and looking back at their Pac-12 days, UCLA was a juggernaut, Jess.
Yeah, Boog, that 2013 national title run, pure pitching. They gave up just 4 runs in 5 games.
Yeah, guys, that staff was almost untouchable, and they really had to be because the bats went completely cold in Omaha. No home runs in the whole series, and, man, that's just tough.
First champion to do that since Ohio State way back in '66.
Bradbury. There's one. Double play. That was some defensive wizardry.
That was a much-needed double play right there. It gives them a really good shot at minimizing any further damage in this inning.
One down. Sammy Huber will hit next. This one in the air. Random gets under it. And there's 2 away. Random up next. Jess, UCLA is like watching a clinic sometimes. They've always been about being fundamentally sound.
Yeah, think back to that 2010 runner-up team with Garrett Cole on the mound. Great defense behind them. That group could really play.
Yeah, when you're facing those guys, you know right away it's going to be a long night.
2 on, 1 out. And that bunted towards third. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. Now the number 2 hitter, Bretland Risser. Bouncer to second. The flip. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. First and second, 2 outs. Joe Brandon digs in now. 1 for 3. And he hits a ground ball right side.
Run it out.
Willie steps on the bag, and the lefty reliever does it. 2 outs, runner on first. Next to hit, Giovanni Willie. Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. That's in for a strike. And that's a stolen base, not even close.
Well, it seems like 90 feet is such a big...
Chet Cross, the next to hit. Kidd is just one strike away. Popped in the air, left side. Resch. And that'll do it.
Well, Boog, it's so disappointing when you do your part to help the team win, and it just doesn't happen, especially on a stage as big as this.
Greetings from Charles Schwab Field. MLB The Show. So, runner at second, 2 down. Greg Cole, the next to hit. Swing and a pop-up. And that is that. They put 2 on the board with a couple of hits, no errors. Man at first, here's the catcher, Joe Brandom. Hit hard but foul off to the left. Base knock center field. And now maybe extra bases. Coming home. And they cut the lead to 2.
Okay, you don't see gas like that every day, but he turns that one around like it is routine.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Colbert will hit next. He's trying for third, and a sac bunt here. Whips it to first on the run, and they get the out. 1 down, runner at third. Alan Arnez digs in now. And the 0-2. In the dirt, nice job behind the plate.
Hey, right guy, right spot. Leave me up here.
In the air, right side. And there's 2 away. He's in on the sacrifice fly. And now they trail by 1. 1 down. Here's the catcher, Joe Brandom. And that one hammered. That's got a chance. That one hops against the fence. Now a relay to second. In there safely.
Putting some good swings on the ball. That's his second extra base hit in this one. Great hands on that swing to take the inside pitch and drive it.
Runner breaks for third. Swing and a ball popped in the air. That's a base hit. The throw in. It's offline. The run comes in. 4-3. They take the lead. So 2 down. Here's the second baseman, Bretland Risser. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And he makes the catch. And that is that. So digging in, Joe Brandom. Ground ball right side. The throw to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. Bunting for a hit. So runner at second, 2 down. Giovanni Willie getting ready to hit. Man at second. Swing and he popped it up. Random under this one. And that's the 3rd out. The Bruins. No outs. Runner at first. Joe Brandom, the next to hit. This one in the air center field. Cole under it. And there's 1 down. Back to the top of the order now. Now at the plate, Braden Bradbury. The 0-1. Runner takes off. Pitch outside. Throw safe. That's a stolen base. Go-ahead run is at third. Joe Brandom will hit next. In the air, left field. Galindo drifts towards it. That is the inning. And Now Giovanni Willie. Runner on the go. Pitch misses.
Inside.
Throw to second. Tag. Out at second. No outs. Runner at first. And here's the catcher, Joe Brandon. Sliced hard but foul. Oh, 1 down. And a big swing and a miss.
2 strikes, runner might be going from first here. They'll be trying to avoid the double play.
That one is absolutely belted. That's down. 1 hops off the wall. Runner around third on his way to the plate. The winning run crosses the plate. He delivers a walk-off hit here in Omaha. What a moment. Random had a sensational day, capped by the walk. Greetings from Charles Schwab Field. 1 out, runner at second. Random now at the plate. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Fires it to the plate. Tag, not in time. He's safe. And it's 1-0. 1 out man at first. Stepping in, Christopher Coyle. And the lefty with the 0-1. Runner on the go. And there's no throw. He's in there at second with a stolen base.
Let her rip. Here we go. Runner, yes,
Runner on the go again. Chop to the left side. Throws to first in time. Play is made. 2 out. So a runner at third. 2 men out. Alan Stoitz digs in now. The 0-1. Ground ball left side. Throws across the diamond, and that'll do it. So runner at second, 2 down. Joe Brandon getting ready to hit. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. On the ground, right side. And that's the 3rd out. The Bruins on top 1. All loaded up. Random will hit next. Pitch misses inside, and that is ball 1. To the right side. The flip to the pitcher covering. Out to escape. So up next, Herman Block. Here's the pitch. Runner on the go. That's in for a strike. And that's a stolen base, not even close. And the tying run is now in scoring position. Bottom of the 6th. Leading off, Bretland Risser. And there's 1 away. Bunting for a hit, he pops it up. Joe Brandon, the next to hit.
It may not feel like it, but a swing and miss can be lucky. If he puts that ball in play, it's probably a double play.
Strike 2. Marmolejo gets his lead at first. Nobody out.
Put a good swing on it. Here we go.
Close one. Doesn't get the call. And the count 1-2.
That's when you always want as a pitcher. Down at the knees, and it looks to me like he's barking. That's a strike. Doesn't change the call, but sometimes it helps to let that frustration out a little bit.
Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
Well, you rarely ever see 3 curveballs in a row because that's one of those pitches that's most effective when you haven't seen it recently. You might.
Runner takes off.
No,
Pitch
outside.
misses. Throw to second. Save.
Well, it seems like.
Big spot here. Bottom of the 9th. Down to their final out. Now the catcher up to hit. Herman Block. Swing and a pop-up. O'Neal gets there. He's under it. And that's it. They're College World Series champions. A perfect ending.
In the first round, the Washington Nationals select Joe Random, a catcher from the East Region.